Honorable Chief Guest, President, Pan-African Parliament, His Excellency Chief Charumbira, Cabinet Minister present, fellow Vice-Chancellors, Directors and Managers, research community of students and practitioners, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Reverend Professor Patrick Mwanya, Vice-Chancellor, Tangaza University in Nairobi, Kenya. It is exciting as we meet to launch the Africa University Network on Fair Open Science. The Tangaza University motto is teaching minds, touching hearts, and transforming lives. On May 2nd, 2024, the university was granted a full charter for its distinguished academic excellence, service orientation, and a commitment to social transformation by living to universally accept social values. The founders of Tangaza University in the 1980s envisaged a university that prepares ethical servant leaders across Africa in an environment of freedom and responsibility by promoting quality education, research, and community service. This is the same aspirations of the Africa University Network on Fair Open Science. The Africa Network University Network on Fair Open Science strives to enhance capacities for all its members by ensuring that African academia is fundable, accessible, interoperable, and reusable. As a university, we have been fortunate to collaborate with different health facilities under the auspices of the Ministry of Health in Kenya. We want to thank ICT technical persons and data stewards currently taking workshops run by SNOMED, VODAN researchers, and technical teams from Leiden University and Makerere University. The trainees are currently hauled in at Tangaza University from Beacon of Hope Hospital, Motuini Hospital, Pumwani Hospital, Mathare North, and close friends from Strathmore University to appreciate different applications in data production and decide on best options. Thank you, Professor Miriam van Ryzen, for the coordination of all of us, the Leiden team, Kai, Christina, Dr. Kililu, and others. Thank you, Professor Vice-Chancellor Mpenza Mihigo of Equator University of Science and Technology, Uganda, Professor Vice President Eyasu of Makerere University, my colleagues, VCs present here and following online for this great initiative of creating Africa University Network. We recall with great enthusiasm the introduction of Sustainable Development Goals in 2015. There was excitement because the previous Millennium Goals had failed to live to expectations. The developing nations across Africa gave a response called the African Promise. The aim was to live in the spirit of Sustainable Goal 17, where the international community would strive to create a better, fairer world by 2030. To achieve this promise required the international community to build a strong global partnership to end poverty. However, after the introduction of research on the COVID-19 virus outbreak, there was an immediate concern for these institutions present here in collaboration with us here at Tangaza University, Nairobi, Kenya. While developed nations could buy and control all vaccines to contain the spread of COVID-19, Africa could not compete with them. A critique on this negative situation was led by vice-chancellors across Africa. Some of those are here present. Vice-Chancellor Mpenza from Uganda, Vice President Professor Eyasu from Makerere University, Vice Chancellor Professor Francisca from Nigeria, Professor Van Rijs and Miriam, and many researchers who are seated here. They continued to make strong points on the importance of Africa taking lead in deciding on data production, localization, and ownership. This point was made even stronger when VODAN Africa, in a joint conference organized by Pan-African Parliament and European Union in February 2022, made a resolution that future health data and data from all other disciplines produced in Africa should be controlled, owned, and localized at facilities that produced it. In another conference, the World Health Organization Secretary General made a strong point to the G7 virtual conference on June 2021, where he criticized the G7 countries for purchasing and owning all COVID-19 vaccines in the present and future. Gordon Brown, former Prime Minister of Britain, echoed some sentiments at this AU Leaders Conference by calling it vaccine apartheid. He noted the wealthiest nations were still controlling vaccine production, distribution rights, while third world countries were experiencing debilitating economic, social, and health association challenges caused by the aftermath of COVID-19 with almost zero aid. Ladies and gentlemen, data production has been called the new gold. Rudwan, a PhD researcher at Leiden University, has made this point in relation to how data generates billions of revenues as the new scramble for Africa. During his postgraduate master's defense, and even now in his research, he has done a lot to help other scholars to uncover the importance of data production, because without data, development is curtailed. It is therefore my conviction, ladies and gentlemen, that creating Africa University Network is one of the surest ways to stamp our feet down and say there will be no more siphoning of important data from Africa, not just in health, but across all disciplines. This network will go a long way to strengthen and revitalize global partnership to support research in fair data science. While quality education is as the art of Africa and promise, we believe that equipping universities and institutions of higher learning with capacity to strengthen country-specific resource mobilization can be achieved through research in data production across Africa. The academic fair landscape opens up pathways for collaboration within African continent to promote African science and make it visible to current and upcoming researchers. Scholars and students of Tangaza University embrace this new initiative. We no longer just agree with the British Prime Minister Harold Macmillan on the famous theme, Winds of Change in 1960s, support of majority rule in Africa. We here at African University Network are saying that Africa is pushing for winds of change in data production to contain emerging viruses, malaria, TB, HIV, monkeypox, not to repeat past mistakes mentioned above. We do not support that African data is siphoned to research centers in the West to enable production of vaccine that will in turn be sold back to Africa at an exorbitant and unaffordable prices. The winds of change start today. Yes, it starts with us here at Africa University Network. Thank you all.